You want to hide any lineup changes for us tonight or no?
No. Right. Calvi in, Andy in. Not sure on Nick. Nick is under the weather. That's a game time decision. So we'll see where we go there.
Having Matt and Josh back in the lineup brings a certain level of energy back to that line.
Yeah, I think it's been a good line. I think I can use it in different ways than I have with, I'm not sure what you want to call the line, because I don't think there's any well, I think Sam's line is kind of taken over in some minutes-wise. I can use that line differently. I think I can spread the minutes out. It was Tynes' first whack at it. I thought it was a great first step for Tynes in the minutes that he got and how he played. Still trying to figure out Corpy. Corpy will be in the warm-up. If Nick can't go, Corpy will be in.
You guys signed Sam this year. Do you expect to get this much production from him, or would you say it's a surprise?
Well, I'm not sure if you can call it a surprise. I didn't know Sam that well. I know it was up and down here. Everybody knows about his skill level. The thing I liked about the signing of Sam is it's always good to have a player that knows that he's almost out of the league and maybe not many more chances at it. That show me attitude. I think it's always good to get a player at that time in his career, and he's been terrific. He's been had a little bit of a lull, but still played pretty well. He's played. It's been a big part of our offense. So good for the team, and really happy for him.
Do you like him better at center, or do you think you'll move him back?
I'm not sure. If you asked me that before I put him back at center this time, I hated him at center when we first started with him. I just don't think it was working. We put him on wing and he took off. But he's done a really good job here at center. And where our team is right now as far as center ice, if he can stay with it, it's really good for us. But when we get healthy, when Zedlak comes back, I got to make that decision. We'll see where it goes.
How much of that move to center has created that success for that line, do you think?
Well, it just seemed to work. I mean, I was playing Borky with Winnie. And there was some good things there, but when I used him a couple of times, because I felt I was losing Sauter when Sauter was playing with Sam, because they just weren't getting that many minutes at that time. When I started bouncing him around, it gave me a chance to balance the lineup, because I think Borky's played very well with him. And quite honestly, I think, and again, you need to talk to Sam, the more touches you get in the middle, and you get a lot more there than at the wing, I think it's helped Sam's confidence. And it just seemed to work with him and Hartsey and Borky, so it gives us a little bit more balance, and so we'll stay with that for now.
You must feel for a guy like Murray who's been through some tough. This is just a fluky one here, puck to the hand.
He ends up, I think, breaking through last year as far as getting some games under his belt. For such a young man and the injuries that he's had so early in his career, it sucks for him. We'll see how the operation goes. I think it gives us a chance with Murr. I think the speed of the game, I'd like to see Murr play faster. I have a plan for him when after the operation, once the doctors give us the go-ahead. I think we can use this time to benefit him as far as making sure we stay on top of his conditioning. I think we have a plan for him as far as when he comes back. I'm not sure what the timetable is, but we want him. We're going to get him on the ice as quickly as possible when the doctors give us the go-ahead, so he has his legs when he does get the opportunity to get back in.
So even before he's able to carry a stick or use a stick or anything,
get the
legs going.
As long as the doctor okays it, and our trainers are okay with it, with padding and all that, because he could fall down, and we don't want to put him in a bad spot but I think it gives us a chance to, because it's a hand injury, not to forget about his legs. And I think we need to be really diligent there, because I think he can be a really important guy. If we go down the road where we're going right now, we get a chance to play in the postseason, I think he could be a very important guy for us.
And you're saying this with the idea that you'll have him back this season while you're still playing games?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely, yeah. I don't want him – I don't think the amount of time he's missed because of a leg injury, I don't think he can afford to be off the ice again at that amount of time because of a hand injury. I think we have to get his legs on the ice, not on a bike, not on a treadmill, on the ice. And we're going to be really diligent there with him.
How reassuring is it now to have made the Quincy trade?
Well, that's like we've talked about, that defense position, and I'm surprised that we have stayed with it. And but you're usually 8, 9, 10 deep in an 82-game schedule, so Quince brings in some veteran stability, a depth guy, a guy that understands the game and positioning. It turns into a pretty big deal for us here right now, and you got Harry there waiting, so we got a couple of good guys that can fill in here.
John, going back to the other night, was there a lesson learned that came out of that game that might be beneficial here during these last few weeks?
Well, you know what? I think you might be surprised in my comments. I still think in the second period, I think Leonard's the difference, their goalie. We have some great chances to make it 4-2. I think if we make it 4-2, we got a good chance of winning the game, I think. We don't. We play the third period. The lack of discipline, as much as that's a penalty by Jens. It's a penalty. It's a penalty by Scotty Hartnell. The lack of discipline, taking 5 penalties against one of the best power plays in the league, sooner or later it's going to come back and bite you, and it did. Unfortunate, Savvy breaks his stick. But the overall picture for me in that game is not so much blowing a 3-goal lead and all that and losing a game. I just don't think we've got to get some grit back into our game. I think our coverages have been soft. I think we've allowed teams to play. I don't think we have the bite that we need to have. Forget about blowing a 3-goal lead and all that, because that's what everybody wants. I just look at the whole picture. I think the mindset of our team, I think we got to get some bite back into our game. And I think we've chipped down a little bit in not playing the Rangers, not playing Pittsburgh, and not playing Minnesota. And you get caught into, and it's no disrespect to the other teams, but you get caught there and thinking you're okay. And we're not, and we need to get better.